me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
Let's go! I'm about to go off like a weapon. Fuel to the top, gotta feel the tension. In my thoughts.
Welcome back, everybody. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, comment down below. Let me know what you think about this video. Also, if you want to talk to me on Discord, I've just set that up in the membership. So join the membership and you will be able to talk with me Dolphin stuff all day, every day on that Discord. But we're going to dive right into it. As you can see by the title and by the slightly embarrassing yet funny photograph that I have posted on this video, how to fix the offense, because a lot of people are saying that the offense kind of sputtered out, and I think it looked a little weird when we watched the game. But what I can tell you is that there's some reasons behind why the offense was not performing at the level that we were used to this year. And it has a lot to do with the trenches. It has a lot to do with what was happening in the trenches. And there's a lot to discuss about this. And what we have to consider to start the introduction off to this video is that our team relies on very precise timing and movement on this offensive line and with all the players in order for us to work properly. And the first thing that we're going to discuss is, well, there's an injury report right now that Connor Williams is limited in practice, and we all have to hope for Connor Williams to come back this weekend. The thing is, what I was watching when I was watching the film is that you see a lot of the same problem. The same problem happened throughout the entire game, which threw the whole timing of the whole entire offense off. And what was happening was, at this point, luckily because Tua did not get injured, unfortunately Teron Armstead did, which stinks because when you look at it, he shouldn't have gotten injured in this game. It was somebody else's fault. And that person is Liam Eichenberg. And you have to watch this film a lot, in that all you see every single play is Liam Eichenberg screwing up the timing of a lot of plays. The way that he screwed it up was movement. You have to understand that the reason we drafted someone like Austin Jackson, which he did probably the best out of all the offensive linemen last game, so anybody that has anything to say about Austin Jackson can eat it. What we drafted those types of players for is that they are quick and agile. So, like, for instance, when you are throwing a screen or something along those lines, the offensive lineman needs to get out there as fast as possible, or else it's going to be a completely different play. That's what we base it on. And the problem is that Liam Eichenberg, I think at this point he's just kind of given up, because a lot of the plays that you see, it just looks as though the guy has just given up in playing at his best ability. Because some of these plays, they even look just like effort plays, just plays that if you just give maximum effort, you do a better job. Liam Eichenberg, I'll tell you what right now, he was the reason why the offense was struggling so easily. He threw off the timing of a lot of plays, whether it be a bad snap or just the way that he moved into blocking, or just not blocking at all. I mean, if you look at a lot of these plays, our passing plays, he just didn't block anybody. You know what I'm saying? So, on top of that, he stopped the touchdown. And if you really, really looked at the film, most of these drives were killed by Liam Eichenberg. Just him either not blocking somebody, him not getting out to the outside to block a screen fast enough, him just, in general, just not giving effort on any play. And then on top of that, the moving out way past where he should have been. Liam Eichenberg, I mean, I think, I've never seen this before. He single-handedly just stalled this offense. Single-handedly, it was like he was playing for the other team. Obviously, like you see that picture that I posted for Liam Eichenberg. That's how he looked the entire game. I mean, there was one play where Liam Eichenberg was spun around. Now, what I mean by that, and it's quite literal, he was blocking somebody, and that guy turned him around to where he was facing. it's still kind of funny to think about it. But he was facing Tua, like doing this, trying to block a 300-pound man like that, like he's some sort of superhero. He single-handedly just destroyed this offense. So what I have to really, I mean, Kendall Lamb kind of held his own, and with a full week of practice now, not just getting thrown into the fold because of Teron Armstead. Actually, also, if you watch the film, Liam Eichenberg's play, that actual picture that you see, that play, he was the reason why Teron Armstead got injured. Teron Armstead was just blocking his player, and what ended up happening is Liam Eichenberg got pushed all the way into Tua, bashed into Tua, and then the guy, in order to try and get Tua, jumped and fell on top of Teron Armstead. And this wasn't even the only time. We got lucky that multiple offensive linemen did not get injured in this game because of him, because there was another couple plays where he was bashed into Robert Hunt, and then Robert Hunt into Austin Jackson. So we got lucky that we didn't get multiple injuries coming out of this game. I mean, still unlucky that Teron Armstead took one, but he single-handedly destroyed this game. I mean, even that touchdown, we would have been down a couple of scores, like a score and 3 or 4 points at that point. And it just threw off everything. Like I said in the last video, it's a different thing when the outside rushers push past the outside linemen, because you can step up and you can move away from them. If you have a center that gets pushed back into you, you got nowhere to go. So on top of that, what ends up happening is you first can't get set. You can't get set to look around on the field, because when you are stepping up, you are able to look at each read as you step up. When you're getting pushed back, you can't see what's going on downfield. And then on top of that, you're pushing yourself into the outside defenders. So just Liam Eichenberg single-handedly destroyed this offense last game. He had a 4 out of 100 for pass blocking in PFF. A 4. I mean, it's hard not to laugh at this, but he had a 4 for pass blocking. At this point, you just have to laugh at it and just hope that Connor Williams comes back, because he's going to get somebody else injured. I think Butch Berry and the second thing that we have to go over, and it's going to be with the offensive line. Austin Jackson did great. Robert Hunt had a little bit of an off game, but it also had to do with you understanding that somebody to the left of you stinks. So what I can say is that I think the implications of this game means that you can't put Liam Eichenberg one-on-one. It's just, you can't do that. It's going to ruin the whole play. So I think this next game, I think what we're going to end up doing is we're going to end up putting a couple of tight ends into the fold and just have extra blockers. And I think we're going to keep a running back on Tua's side, because you have to keep someone there. The thing is Liam Eichenberg, he can't block anybody. It's like the people that he was blocking last week, they weren't even studs. They're like average players that looked amazing against him. So you can consider that next week we're playing a really good defensive tackle. So we got to see what that's going to look like. You got to double whoever Liam Eichenberg has. Then on top of that, you have to make sure that the snaps are correct, because the thing is if he can't block, if he's also sending bad snaps, Connor Williams, he throws a couple bad snaps, but for the most part, he blocks everybody that he has. Liam Eichenberg, there was multiple plays where it was a bad snap and didn't block anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just can't have that. So the game plan that I think we need to have at the Giants, put somebody with Liam. I mean, it just has to be whoever has that gap. I do believe that on top of that, you need to put someone with him, because he can't block anybody by himself, and you have to put more blockers, more running backs in to block. I think Mostert maybe needs to stay in for a lot of blocking plays. Give a chance to run the ball, and then obviously run the ball a lot more. But yeah, you need to have someone helping him. He can't. If you watch the film, I think I did not see one time where he blocked the person in front of him. I'm not even joking with you. There was not one time in the entire game where he actually blocked the person in front of him. I mean, when I'm watching the film, it was almost like a comedy show. I was just laughing, because the whole time I was just watching what he was doing, and it was horrible. every single time. Like, it was just, like I said, there was one point where the defensive lineman spun him around. There was another one where the defensive lineman basically took him and threw him into Robert Hunt. Like, this is a grown man that he was taken and thrown into another player, bashed into him, fell down. If you watch the film, you'll see a lot of Liam Eichenberg on the ground. I mean, you'll see it basically every play. You got to have somebody with him, and you got to have a running back to block it, so that Tua has time, because the thing is, there was a couple plays where Tua had time and he did what he needed to do. If we had Connor Williams, I think it's a different game. You know, I think that the offense has the timing right, and I think the defense didn't really do much, but I think we're definitely more so in the game where we can score more points. Because I don't even think the defense that the Bills were playing was too much. It's just Tua didn't have any time to throw the ball. He was under duress all game, and he still was trying to move the ball. He still was doing things, you know. But again, Liam Eichenberg, he was just getting pounded into Tua the entire game, where Tua just had Liam Eichenberg's back of his head in front of him every single play. And it was like 1 second, and there's a defensive lineman on him. You gotta help him out. I think the third thing that we need to do to fix this offense right now, especially with Connor Williams, now that we'll talk about. I mean, obviously fixing it is taking Liam Eichenberg out and putting Connor Williams back in. That's fixing it. But if we don't, the third thing we need to do is the deep shots. You can't do it with Liam. I mean, there's not enough time. There's not enough time to get the ball out. You know, I think it has to be a lot of mid and short and running plays. You just don't have the time with Liam Eichenberg in to get that ball out. You know what I'm saying? And I think we saw that a lot, where we had a couple of deep shots, but a person got open. Jalen Waddle was open on a lot of plays. It's just Tua did not have the time to get to that progression. You understand? Because you have Tyreek Hill here, Jalen Waddle here, so it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are the progressions, and he did not have enough time to get to where Jalen Waddle was, and it was due to Liam Eichenberg. So if Liam is in, we have to have shorter routes. We have to have shorter route plays. We have to have shorter everything. You know, keep it kind of in front of us, because first off, the defense isn't performing well, so we need to stay in these games, you know? I mean, it's just showing that we need to. You know, again, I think the biggest difference, and I think people are going to see it if Connor Williams comes back this game or this week, is the complete difference. You know, the timing was just totally thrown off of the offense. It's not like we weren't playing well. We were getting open. The plays were getting open. It's just the whole entire thing was thrown off because of Liam Eichenberg. So it has to be shorter plays, shorter passes, and just do that until Connor Williams comes back, because Liam Eichenberg, he's not a starter. He cannot play in the NFL. He's getting his butt beat every time he goes out there, and it's just, at this point, he's a center. So this is even worse, I would say, because at left guard, at least, you were pushing. I mean, it wasn't even better at left guard. Like, he just stinks all around. So what you have to do to combat that is, I think, getting the ball out of Tua's hands super quick, super fast plays, and, you know, allowing the players to just gain yardage after, because he just throws everything off. Even the screens, Liam Eichenberg he was jogging to get out to the side, which was ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then A-Chain or whoever it was would get hit immediately, because it was Liam Eichenberg's guy. Even though he was all the way out here, the way that it's set up is you have him running so that when this guy comes, he blocks him, and then you have a lane. And he was just jogging to get out there. There was a couple plays where he just jogged to get to the man. And of course, you know, it's a screen, so that guy sees it. If you're not running out to go get him, he's supposed to. The way a screen works is you're supposed to get the ball and run in that way, because what is happening is you're running inside the lineman so that you can burst out. And what happened is he's jogging there, this guy just comes up and hits you. That's what happened the whole entire game. So it needs to be shorter passes, needs to be a lot of runs, short mid. I mean, take a deep shot if you can in a play action, have a lot of blocking. But yeah, we gotta combat Liam Eichenberg's inabilities. You know what I'm saying? So in conclusion, guys, the offense will get fixed when Connor Williams. We don't have to worry about the offense too much. The defense, we do. The offense, not that big of a deal. Connor Williams comes back, you'll see the humongous difference. Kendall Lamb is fine. You know, all the offensive line we have is fine. Austin Jackson's doing great. you just get that Connor Williams back, we'll have a complete offense again, and we'll just be moving the ball. But as long as Liam Eichenberg's in there, that's how we fix our offense. That's how we get it moving again. But that's all for me. As always, guys, hope you have a great rest of your day. Hit that like, subscribe if you like this video, and join the membership if you want to. If you want to talk to me on Discord. As always, have a great rest of your day. Fins up, baby. Peace.